Good evening. This is your boy, DJ Tan, right here on Tanner Tudes. Tonight I felt compelled to speak about respect. And I want to talk to the parents. And I want to talk to you about teaching your children, your young men and your young women, on self-respect. Contrary to popular belief, money does not buy self-respect. Money does not buy self-esteem. Money does not buy the important things that your children should learn as they become young adults. You see, the tricky part about raising children today is that what we had growing up, that part of life is lost. And it's not lost because it doesn't exist. It's lost because we've come into an age of parenting where the TV and the iPad and the computers and the games and all of these electronic devices are babysitting our children. You see, when we were growing up, if you're 40, 50, 60, 70, even 30, 35, when we were growing up, we had outside, we had green grass, we had water hoses. You get some water out that bad boy and go on about your business. We had bikes and roller skating rinks. We had baseball diamonds and basketball courts. We had handball courts and tether balls. We had Foursquare. We had track and field. We had swimming meets. We had running and jumping and playing until the street lights came on. These are the things that made us who we are today. Those are the things that molded us into being adults who have self-respect and self-worth and knowledge. How much knowledge does your child have sitting up playing Fortnite 16 hours a day? The internet has forced us to have to parent our children differently. The internet has forced us to have to pay more attention. If you have a child that's under the age of 18, there is no rhyme or reason that they should be on the internet, that they should have a social media page, that they should be on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and any of the other devices that lure these young children into trying to become or be someone that they're really not. If you have a child that is 18, 19, 20, 21, they should be their asses in college, doing something with themselves. Money does not buy you your knowledge. That's just wealth that is paper, that can buy things that someone else has purchased. It can buy things that someone else has made. That can buy things that someone else has ultimately designed for you. And I'm talking more so about to my black children and my Spanish children and my children of different cultures. Don't get pulled in by these name brand people who sit up and sell these things and make it appear that you are one of, if you don't have these things, you are nobody. Because let me tell you something, Michael Kors and Gucci and Lucci and Poochie, they give zero fucks about you. Now I'm just going to keep it real tonight. They do not care as long as you're spending that money and you are making their mansions richer and richer and richer. They don't give a damn. They're not putting nothing back into your community. They're not putting a thing, Chanel, none of those brands that you guys are spending hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars on. They're not putting any money back into the black community. But as you drive around your black community, I say it's yours because it belongs to you too. As you are driving through your black community, what do you see? You see crackheads, you see drunks, you see these Korean and Indian and Muslim-owned stores. They're sitting on every corner selling $1 cigarettes for $1 a cigarette, and the 99-cent can of beer. Inside the place, you got Chinese food, fried chicken. You got T-shirts in the other corner. You got hair weave in the other corner. Attached to that, you got a laundry facility. And next to that one, you got a fake ass cell phone place with those cell phones that people are stealing from other people, and they're turning around and cleaning them off and cleaning them out, and they have these codes and they resell them to your dumb asses for little or nothing. If you do not have a job, you don't have no reason to have an iPhone. If you don't have I'm keeping it real, and whoever don't like it, y'all can go sit the hell down somewhere. Because see, my station, Tanner Tunes, is all about reality. And sometimes we need a wake-up call. You know, it saddens me to see how many Negroes sitting on the corner on milk cartons, on milk crates, doing absolutely nothing. Waving at the people down there. Hey, how you? Hey, you got $2? Hey, you got $1? Hey, you running and give me a beer? What in the name of all that is holy? But then you run around there and you jump on Instagram, and then you see these children who think they have money, who really they don't, because their parents are the one who busting their ass to get it, but you busting your ass to spend it as quick as your parents can get it. And then you got all these children who are poor as hell following these little rich kids who don't realize that their self-worth is damn near zero. Because let me tell you something, if you have to spend more than 10 hours a day on social media to build yourself up, you're counting on other people to make you who you are. And if you're the parent of one of these children that spends that kind of time on social media to just take pictures of themselves in all these high brand, high cost ass outfits, and driving around town singing to themselves on social media, there's a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Because what I've noticed, and I've been quiet for a little while, if y'all noticed, I've been quiet for a while. And what I've noticed is that you have these children who they make these Instagram pages and these Facebook pages and these Twitter pages and all and whatnot, and they go on there and it's like they stalk these people. And I purposely am not mentioning any names because, see, when I start name dropping, it's going to be a problem. But you got one of them sitting in another country vacationing while the other one is getting her ass clapped on Instagram. You know, to me, it is all about self-respect. You know, I've come to the conclusion that some parents just should not have been a parent to begin with. Just because you have a uterus does not make you a mother. Just because you have sperm does not make you a father. Because let me go a little bit deeper into respect. You see, respect is defined as a feeling or understanding that someone or something is important. That someone or something is serious and should be treated in an appropriate way. You see, there are two critical pieces of respect that children need to learn at an early age. And the first is respect for themselves. And the second is respect for others. Now, the best way for parents to teach their children these principles is to model them for their children. Now, how the hell are you going to model self-respect if you don't have it? Let's just get down to the nitty gritty. If you sitting up smoking gank and clank and crank and smoking lean and drinking whatever if you drink it or you smoke it, that just show you how much I know. I don't know if you drink it or you smoke it. That's not a model parent. And although you may have 55 million followers clapping at you do that thing, you should really know for yourself that they clapping and saying you get it, you do that thing. They clapping because they want to be you. And the sad part about that is they don't even know who the real you is. They don't see the times you cry. They don't see the times that you are sad and upset and mad and pissed off because your life is not going right. All they see is what you portray. Now, I'm going to tell you something, y'all Facebook people, now y'all Instagrammers and all that, y'all got to really, y'all have it down to a science of making people believe that you are just the most fabulous fucking people in the world. And half of y'all cry yourselves to sleep at night. Because you know why? Because baby, money could never buy happiness. Because happiness doesn't have a price tag on it. And you can have a closet full of shoes, but the one thing you can't do is take them with you when you leave here. And that's why I say you have to teach your children self-respect. In order for the child to know respect, they have to see respect. They have to see self-respect in the people who raised them. You know, it's been said so many times at home, you know, the home that you grow up in is the greatest classroom you ever attend. Think about that. If the home you grow up in is the greatest classroom you ever will attend, now you sit back and think about who you are. Oh well, next case. Next. You know, some of the ways to be effective teachers are you have to teach your children that they are the most important person in their life. Because see, we try and focus on the concepts of sharing and thinking, you know, of the other person first. But there is merit in allowing children to meet their own needs first, and then considering the needs of others. Because see, sensitivity to others occur naturally without prompting after we have taken care of ourselves, you see. Now, some may perceive this as being selfish, but doesn't it stand to reason that we are better able to serve others after we have made sure that we are whole? You know, you can't serve nobody else and you can't help nobody else if you can't help yourself. So, you know, I say, Houston, we have a problem. If you can't fix yourself first, how the hell are you going to fix somebody else? You have to let your child know that it's okay to meet his or her own needs. And that's a message that will serve a boy or a girl very well throughout their life. You have to teach your children about boundaries. You have to teach your children to protect their physical and their emotional health. Your children need to learn emphatically that no one has the right to jeopardize their physical or emotional safety. Now, you coming on social media bent all over getting your ass smacked, there's a problem with this whole thing. But then I kept looking and I said, you know, these people got to be, this has got to be something that the parents are going to discuss with this person, because I just can't for the life of me even see. But then I see the next day, oh, then you rapping and kicking it and you partying with your daddy. Something ain't right in that camp. And it brought me to this entire conversation, and I don't care who go back and tell it, because I'm a grown-ass man, and I say what I want to say. When I say it once, I can damn sure say it twice, because I ain't scared of nobody walking the face of this earth. Now, I say it once, and I say it again. You have to teach your children boundaries. You have to teach them what is acceptable and unacceptable behavior. You know, if it makes a person uncomfortable and fearful, it's not acceptable. Your children should be educated to share any incidents of concern with you or other trusted adults in their life. Sometimes these teenagers, they don't want to go talk to their mom and their father, but they should have somebody to talk to instead of you sitting up on social media. I'm like, get it, you did that thing. Well, damn, ain't you her godmother? You should have been on that phone calling her saying, what the hell is you doing? But you gonna jump on the bandwagon too, because it show me, you ain't got good goddamn sense either. So you gonna sit up on the thing and holler about some, oh, get it. Why don't you get your tail back to school? Is what you want to do. You have to teach your children respect for others by modeling respect for others in your words and actions. You see, especially in how you interact with your family and your spouse and your partner and your other children. The dynamics in your home have a powerful influence on your children. The golden rule is a perfect example of how we should conduct ourselves. It is a general rule for how to behave that says you should treat people the way you would like other people to treat you. It's a rule of ethical conduct. Just because you got little coins in your bag don't make you any different from anybody else. Because what goes up is most certainly going to come back down. And the one thing you parents need to understand is that the result of teaching these valuable practices is that they foster self-confidence that promotes a person's ability to reach his or her potential and make worthwhile contributions to society. Just because you can afford it don't mean you making a worthwhile contribution to society. It only means that you just making that white man's pocket fatter. And the one thing we as colored people just do not understand is the fact that we will lace a white motherfucker's pockets all day long. But to put it back into the community is like pulling your fucking teeth out of your mouth. And I bet some of y'all gonna say, "Ooh, Lord, Pastor Tam, the cussing and going on." Well, I'm not an ordained minister. And if I choose to curse on my podcast, then I choose to do so. Because see, y'all be pissing me off. It's a shame. It is a crying shame that you can stand up on a podium and say, yes, this is Gucci, and I spent $50,000 on this outfit, and $10,000 on my shoes, and $50,000 on my purse, and $7,500 on my weave, and $55,000 on my makeup. All the while, right around the corner from you, you got little black boys and little black girls can't even afford a new pair of school shoes. And I don't want to hear, oh, well, because once a year, we give a turkey, we give some free turkeys. Man, fuck you and that turkey. Well, when school starts, we give a backpack. Man, fuck you and that backpack. Take some of that cash you got sticking out your pockets, buying airplanes and shit, and help your people. Because when you were down and out, there was somebody there to help you. You weren't always sitting on top of that hill. Y'all got life so twisted, and you wonder why the world is full of shit now. Let me tell you something. White people don't have to do nothing. White people do not have to do one thing to black society, because guess what? Black society is doing it all by themselves. And that brings me to another point, but this is going to be for another conversation. You see, on Thursday when I come back online, I'm going to talk about this whole black on black crime and this whole black silence code. Y'all dumbasses is sitting up killing each other by the droves, and you want to holler about the white people. The white people don't need to do nothing. The white people doing just what they doing, sitting back eating some popcorn, watching y'all dumbasses kill each other. Watching y'all dumbasses crack out. Watching y'all dumbasses get drunk. Watching y'all dumbasses roll weed. Watching y'all dumbasses huff. Watching y'all dumbasses sniff. watching y'all dumbasses shoot up some heroin, watching y'all dumbasses break into other people's houses, watching y'all dumbasses shooting each other behind a block that don't belong to you, watching y'all dumbasses while y'all stealing each other's cars, watching y'all dumbasses while y'all doing some drive-bys, watching y'all dumbasses while y'all out there robbing stores and shit, watching y'all dumbasses while y'all out there writing fake checks. They sitting up eating popcorn and waiting for y'all to continue to hang your own selves. They don't need to do it. You're doing it just fine. You're doing it just fine. Hand clap, pat yourselves on the back. You are killing yourself just fine. The damn jails are so full of black people until it don't make no sense. I don't want to hear nobody, well, you know the reason why is because all y'all innocent. That's some damn lie. You might have 10% of people sitting in jail innocent. 10%. Everybody else is guilty of sin. Y'all need to get y'all minds right. So my dedication to my radio station is get y'all minds right. This is Tanner Tools. You don't like it, don't listen. But always click and share, because somebody gonna listen to it. You heard? All right, I'm out. Peace.